You're brushing, you're flossing, you're avoiding sugar, but you're still getting cavities. Here's the truth, it might be from something you would never expect. So in this video, I'm gonna break down 7 of the most surprising things that are actually causing your cavities. So stick around, because even doing one of these things could be sabotaging your teeth. So let's get into it. Number 1 is mouth breathing. Hold on, you're telling me the way that I breathe could be contributing to my cavities? Yes. Mouth breathing is way worse than nose breathing. When you breathe in and out of your mouth, you're going to be drying up your mouth, you dry up all that saliva, and this can lower the pH in your mouth, and because you don't have enough saliva, it can make you at a much higher risk of getting cavities and gum disease. Because your saliva is like a natural bodyguard for your teeth and your gums. It helps carry different minerals that our teeth need. It helps dilute the acids in our mouth. It helps keep our teeth and our gums clean. So if you don't have that saliva, you don't have that natural protectant. And people who don't have much saliva are often wondering why they keep having dental problems when they're doing all the right things. This is especially common with kids who have like stuffy noses or a ton of allergies. What's the way to fix this? Nasal breathing. Focus on keeping your mouth closed, your lips closed, throughout the day. You can also practice mouth taping, like when you're sleeping. Literally take a medical grade tape. The one that I like to use is called 3M micropore paper tape. Rip a piece off, tape it over your lips, and that will basically encourage you to breathe in and out of your nose while you're sleeping. Now, obviously, you want to make sure that you're actually able to breathe in and out of your nose in the first place, and don't just do it if your nose is super stuffy. But you also might have some unaddressed airway or breathing issues. Now, I went into more detail on this topic in some of my other videos, so make sure you check the description below, where I'm putting a link to that. Number 2 is sparkling water. Look, this one might seem harmless because it's just water, just a little bit of sparkle in it, right? The only problem is it's normally acidic. And the one thing that your teeth do not like is acid. Now, your enamel, or the outer layer of your tooth, will demineralize or start breaking down at a pH of 5.5. Now, if your teeth have been exposed to fluoride, they're generally a little bit stronger, so now they can break down at a pH of 4.5, so it takes a little bit more acid. But regardless, any acidic environment in your mouth will throw off and lower the pH in general in your mouth. So even if some acid enters your mouth and gets the pH down, but not to the point to weaken your enamel, but now if you introduce other foods and more drinks that cause more acid in your mouth, it's easier for that pH to drop more because it's already at a lower level. I hope that makes sense. So if something's already more acidic and then you add an even stronger acid to it, it's going to drop faster versus if you have like a really high pH in your mouth, and then it's going to take a while to bring that pH down. So if you're constantly sipping on an acidic drink like sparkling water, or something else that people drink a lot is coffee, except the difference with sparkling water is people use that as a substitute for normal water. I don't know why people just don't like to drink water nowadays. Like, I feel like so many people just need something additive in their water to make it fun to drink. I don't know if I'm just lucky or what, but I just love drinking plain water. But anyway, this is your constant source of drink. Your pH in your mouth is going to be constantly a little bit lower. Now, if on top of that you add sugar to your coffee or cream to make it more acidic and more sugary, then you're going to be a lot more prone to getting cavities. So you see, it's not just the sparkling water that causes cavities. It causes this like domino effect that weakens your teeth and makes them more prone to getting cavities from other things. So to fix this, if you have sparkling water, I would try focusing on only drinking this with your meals. And then throughout the day, just drink normal water. Because during your meals, your mouth has more saliva and it can help neutralize that pH like we talked about. You can also look into getting some pH balanced water. So now you know it's not going to cause acids in your mouth. Number 3 is snacking too often. And I'm not just talking about candy, I'm talking about healthy stuff too. Constant snacking means constant acid in your mouth, because anytime you eat, pretty much your mouth is going to get acidic. And we talked about why acid is bad for your teeth and your mouth. But also things like crackers, rice, chips, all these starchy or carbohydrate foods are likely to cause cavities too, just like sugar. Because you have this bacteria in your mouth called Streptococcus mutans. This bacteria will eat these carbohydrates and poop out these acids, again, more acid, and these acids are what cause cavities. So you can kind of see this common denominator. All these bad problems with our teeth come down to acid. Now, even healthy stuff like granola bars, dried fruit, and even some smoothies can be harmful. And what you'll also notice as a common denominator is it's the frequency that matters. So if you have these snacks in one sitting or like during one meal time, it's no big deal. But if you're having this throughout the day and you keep constantly snacking on it or sipping on something like this throughout the day, then you're going to be constantly introducing those carbohydrates into your mouth. You're going to constantly keep your mouth acidic throughout the day, and you're not going to give your saliva time to neutralize everything. So I'd recommend trying to stick to just 3 meals and maybe adding 1 snack. And if you can, try to combine that snack with one of those meals. That way you give your saliva time in between to kind of fight off everything. Number 4 is brushing your teeth right after eating. How can brushing your teeth possibly be bad for you? Well, it's not the brushing that's really that bad. It's anytime you eat, like I said, your mouth gets acidic. But now if you put this abrasive toothbrush and abrasive toothpaste right on your teeth, you could actually be doing more harm than good, because your enamel is weakened right after you eat. Instead, if you wait about 30 minutes, then you allow your saliva time to neutralize those acids and kind of strengthen your enamel back up. Now it won't be at risk when you brush your teeth. Number 5 is not having enough saliva. We talked about dry mouth from mouth breathing, but there's a ton of other causes of dry mouth too. Things like medications, dehydration, and stress all can reduce your saliva too. So simple fix to this, stay hydrated. You can also try chewing gum, specifically like in between meals. So anytime you eat, if you start chewing gum, it'll help stimulate more saliva. Obviously you want to make sure this gum is sugar-free, but I recommend looking to a gum that has xylitol in it, because xylitol is actually antibacterial, and it's the only sugar substitute that actively prevents cavities. So now on top of getting more saliva, you're actively preventing cavities too. And if you're on some medications that might cause a dry mouth, you might want to talk to your doctor to see if there's something that they can do or change. Number 6, using the wrong mouthwash. Now in general, I don't really recommend mouthwash. I don't think it's necessary. I think if you're brushing and flossing, those should be the first 2 things that you're doing. Mouthwash, if you want to do on top of that, is great. But if you're not doing those first 2 things, I'd focus on that first. But I'd specifically avoid alcohol-based mouthwash, because you don't really need alcohol in mouthwash anymore. You can get the same benefits with non-alcohol mouthwash. A lot of people think you just need that burning sensation from the mouthwash. But the problem with alcohol is it kills all the bacteria in your mouth, even the good ones. But not even that. It also dries up the saliva in your mouth. And we talked about how important saliva is. So the last thing you want is something that's going to dry that away. So one mouthwash that I like that's more for preventing cavities specifically is something called Carie Free. The cool thing about this mouthwash is it has xylitol in it. It's also pH balanced. So it raises the pH in your mouth, and it has that xylitol, which helps prevent cavities even more. And it also has fluoride in it, which can help strengthen your teeth too. Now, number 7 is you're skipping flossing. A lot of times cavities form underneath your gums and in between your teeth. And you'll be surprised how many people, when they get cavities, is not because of a lack of brushing. It's because of lack of flossing. You see, your toothbrush is really good at cleaning the outer parts of your teeth, but it cannot clean in between your teeth. And a lot of cavities are formed in between the teeth. So whether you're flossing or using a water flosser or like an interdental brush, like a little brush that goes in between the teeth, you need to do something that cleans in between to prevent these issues. Now, I hope that video was interesting to you, and I want you to let me know in the comment section below which one you found the most interesting. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel below, and I will see you in the next video. Everybody's asking me, when is an AI gonna replace you, doc? Like, what's the status of AI in dentistry or in healthcare in general? Well, today I'm gonna put 4 of these AI engines to the test, and we're gonna see which one would make the best dentist. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna be comparing ChatGPT, Grok 3, Meta AI, and Gemini. So for the first